Oops, hey.
Yes?
Are you looking for a home in the area?
Not particularly. Why are you whispering?
Listen, this is a once-in-a-lifetime deal. You don't want every jackass and their mother hearing about it, do you?
To be honest, I don't care.
Look, I have a beautiful home in a desirable neighborhood, and I'm trying to move it fast.
Oh, I've heard about this. You're squatting in someone else's house, thinking I'll be stupid enough to buy it from you, right? Even though it's not yours.
You insult me. I'm an honest salesman. It's just the market's pretty bad right now for sellers and buyers. What do you say? Listen to a stranger in a time of need?
Let's pretend that I believe you. What then?
The property is spectacular. Great for parties, central to the market, and Veneficus University.
What's your asking price?
80,000.
That's more than I'd pay for a mansion in Hatmendor. Sorry, not interested.
30 then. 30,000, final offer.
$30,000. Deal.
Pleasure doing business with you. Enjoy your new estate. Oh, and if anyone asks, you don't know me.
Hey. Let's get this over with. Stay down.
Stop. Identify yourself.
I'm a friend. What's going on here?
A terrible curse has been loosed upon me birds. It's that freak Umbrella.
From what Pluvia told me, it sounds like we're dealing with some pretty sinister black magic here. You're lucky to be alive.
Yes, well, I don't see how ranting about it does us any good.
You're welcome.
My thanks. But you'll understand if I'm not in the friendliest of modes. Especially if you're admitting you work for that witch. The nerve she could have to send one of her thugs after what she pulled.
It wasn't her fault. Pluvia didn't know her product was defective. I'm sure she'll compensate you for your trouble, if you ask.
rude.
This should be fun. Stay down.
Oh, it's you. Thank the gods.
I thought you told me you burned them.
Well, most of them. I couldn't possibly have known they were all dysfunctional.
Professor Murray was nowhere to be found. What are the chances he's still alive?
I just received word before this happened that he's safe at the university. You have impeccable timing, young man.
You're not the first to say so.
What sounds like a reasonable payment to you? 3,000 auras?
That'll be fine.
Well, you'd better believe I'll have retribution for this. I just know it was the Guild. If I can't find sufficient proof to hold them accountable legally, well, let's just say I have a few friends at the university who are quite skilled in shrinking certain parts of the male body.
Yeesh. Remind me not to get on your bad side.
They were such beautiful items. Now I have to start all over. Such are the risks in business.
Sorry I'm such a mess, but thanks.
Excuse me, miss, but I...
Can't tell when someone doesn't want to be bothered?
Sorry, my mistake. Could I just have a moment of your time?
Look, I'm not interested in having a drink or a meal or anything else. You're not my type, okay?
I'm not looking for a date.
Of course not. Now go on and lurk somewhere else. I'm not interested.
Did that bug fit up your ass on its own, or did somebody help you put it there?
Can I help you?
You must be serious. David said you might know a professor who could help me with some information about a former student here.
David said that? I don't know if I can help you. The only professor I'm terribly close with is new here, although she is well connected.
You help me, and I'll return the favor.
I would, but I'm quite busy. You picked the wrong time of year to be recruiting students in New Ashos. Although, I am having a party to celebrate the end of exams, and we don't have entertainment yet.
Maybe I could be of some assistance.
Yeah! I was thinking that as well. My friend Lisa dances. She's very seductive, if you get my meaning. Could you bring her to the party? I'd consider offering you my help if you did.
This something you can't do personally?
I'm not allowed in the girls' quarters.
I'll invite Lisa to the party.
Great. She asks for a small fee of 200 auras. I'll cover that. See that she's ready on time.
What's this? What do we have here?
Watch it. Get away from that.
What's this?
You're new here.
Are you, Lisa?
Yeah? Have we met?
A friend of mine named Sirius is throwing a party, and he'd like you to make an appearance. Would you be interested?
So he needs a dancer.
I was hoping it would be you.
Sure, I'll do it. If the money's right. What's your offer?
Would you dance for $200 an hour?
200? Alright. Let Sarius know he's gonna get the show of his life.
The money sounds right. Okay, I'll do it.
Get out. You're not welcome.
Is that supposed to be a threat?
Find another place, friend. The women here are all spoken for. Are we clear?
I think you've got the wrong idea.
You're trespassing on the boss's property. He's not the kind of man you want to make unhappy.
I've got business in the area.
So, you're a customer then? Very well. But don't think I won't verify it.
Well, what did she say?
She'll dance for $200 per hour.
Oh, very nice. Some of these boys have never seen a female form in person.
Sounds like you're both in for an interesting night. Now, about that professor.
Oh, yes, of course. Her name is Dr. Anaya. She's fairly new, but she knows everybody. I'm guessing if she doesn't have the information you need, she'll know someone who does. Unfortunately, I have a party to prepare for, so I can't introduce you. Tell her you helped me write my thesis. She gave me the highest marks in the class.
That's all right, Sirius. I appreciate your help. Have a few drinks for me, will you? Save that.
1 regression, 500 auras.
What do you mean, regression?
Old memories, bad habits, phobias. All these prevent us from experiencing the best of life.
So, you help people too?
No.
I don't need it.
When you are ready.
I can't see you now. I'm afraid I'm quite overwhelmed.
Dr. Anaya, it's urgent. One of your students, Sarius, gave me the impression you could help me.
Oh? Sarius, yes. One of my brighter students. You are friends with Sarius and in a time of need? Well, I suppose a few minutes of my time won't hurt.
So, you'll help me?
Why, of course. The least I can do for someone who helps my students is to listen.
I'm looking for information on a student who was enrolled here about 20 years ago.
Is this about the creation of the Swallows?
The Swallows?
The Verita waste outside the city, formed by an unsanctioned student experiment. As research is quite difficult to perform in such a deadly climate, nobody knows for certain why it exists.
How do you know so much about it? You're so young.
Thank you. But truth be told, I know little more about it than what I've just described. It's a taboo subject, I'm afraid. A failure of the faculty to monitor their students. I may be able to direct you to someone who knows more, but I can't imagine it would be much help.
Why do you say that?
I'm only the Dean of the Faculty of Nature, a relatively weak position, hierarchically speaking. Quite simply, I'm not sure dropping my name would be enough to convince him to speak with you.
The faculty here must really mistrust each other.
No, it's not that. Because of the incidents of the past, we just can't be very candid with outsiders. And despite what some of my colleagues will tell you, there remains some serious problems to this day. There's a rumor that a male faculty member recently assaulted a female student. And as I've heard, it wasn't the first time. Over the past few years, some of our best and brightest girls have abandoned their studies with no justifying reason, and on extremely short notice. I'm beginning to suspect why.
Did they report it?
Not directly, but I know my students. You learn to ignore lapses in effort. But the more I look... When I confronted him, I nearly lost my job. He's one of the Old Boys Club, a circle I'm not a part of. Now there are rumors circulating that I tried to seduce him.
Tell me how I can help.
The university can't afford another scandal, but perhaps you could convince him to retire, if you take my meaning.
I'll take care of it.
Very well. This must remain discreet. His name is Rhodius. His office shouldn't be difficult to find.
You'll stay here until I let you go.
Snooping, are we?
Wouldn't dream of it.
The boss has his eye on you. Watch your back.
What kind of person threatens an honest citizen?
We both know there's more to you than meets the eye.
Welcome to Veneficus University.
And you are?
My name is Senwa, the sole nephew of Renoir. Perhaps you've heard of him.
Naturally.
We've decided to institute a new enthusiast group. MCE, or rather, Magical Creatures Enthusiasts.
While I can't help but be excited for you, why exactly are you telling me this?
Well, because I have a proposition for you, of course.
Of course. I'm not exactly what you'd call an enthusiast.
Perfect!
I don't think you understand. When I see magical creatures, I kill them.
Wonderful! Our group is aimed at bridging the gap between the mystical and academia. You would make for a brilliant addition to our speakers panel. You could tell us something about one of your journeys.
I think you'd be better off asking someone else.
Whom, if you don't mind me asking? We don't get many guests these days, let alone armor-clad adventurers. There are so many dangerous monsters native to this island. The amount of students that go missing each year is, well, embarrassing. You could help save lives. Or at least convince a few more to run for their lives? What do you say?
Any ideas what you'd like me to say?
Nearby, there's a closed valley infested with some supposedly nasty creatures. No one's come back to tell us what the hell they'd found. I'm sure if you were to unravel this little mystery, the audience would be riveted.
Where is it?
Not far away from here, in the heart of the jungle. I'll mark it on your map. But remember, this is for science. Make some observations, take some notes, and have some fun.
Sounds encouraging.
Perfect! Find me near Assembly Hall in University Building once you've prepared your notes. Good luck to you, sir.
What's this?
How dare you enter without permission?
You must be Professor Rhodius.
What's it to you? I don't have time for New Ashos' rabble.
Let's just say I'm a voice for someone who doesn't have the courage to speak yet. I think we both know you've been more than unfair towards your female students. Don't reach for your staff. Try anything sudden, and you'll force me to make it hurt.
What are you saying, man? I'm one of the most decorated and respected teachers at this university. My ethics have never been called into question. I'll bet you've been sent by that envious bitch Anaya, haven't you?
Doesn't matter. You're not talking your way out of this.
Wait, listen. Anaya lied. She's been trying to destroy my career ever since she was hired. She can't stand being under the authority of men, especially one so respected in the mage community. Whatever she's paying you, trust me, I can double it.
I don't want your money. I'm looking for some information.
I'll tell you whatever you want.
I'm listening.
You won't regret it. Not a word she's told you is true.
I never mentioned the professor. You did.
Oh, no more of your semantics, so I may enjoy the fruits of my labor as would any man in a position of power. Can you tell me you wouldn't do the same? Surely you understand.
Think hard about what you're telling me, Rhodius.
The way I see it, these girls would sell their own parents to get ahead. You wouldn't believe some of the carnal offers I've had from my female students over the years. 2, 3, 4 at a time. Mostly I simply refuse. But I am only a man. I do have needs. Or, I never touched her until she asked me to.
So you and the student did have a relationship?
Of course we did. She wasn't the first. Young minds are so passionate, yet so short of what makes one wise. This was a price she was willing to pay, and it was a fair exchange. We both got something we wanted. Now, you want to talk about a criminal? Look no further than your friend, Professor Anaya.
What about her?
She not only takes advantage of students, she even recruited several into her own brothel service. She's turned a pretty aura on the side. Look into the Black Rose Escort Company if you don't believe me. Did you see her dress? Smell her perfume? You think she can afford that on a teacher's salary?
Why doesn't anybody know about this?
Of course they do, but not as many as you'd think. I only found out once she approached me with a business proposal. Anaya was under the impression I could recruit her new talent. You can imagine how quickly I refused. Do you still doubt why she has animosity towards me?
God's help you if you're lying to me.
Oh, you again. Hello.
Seems that academia isn't your only calling. Why don't you tell me about your work on the side, Doc?
Whatever do you mean?
I know about the brothel service. You recruit your female students to accompany your male clients, and then reap in the profits. Did you really think I wouldn't find out?
It's not like that. Please, you must believe me.
No? Then explain the Black Rose.
You've been misinformed. Please, just listen.
You've got an uphill battle with this one, Doc.
Will you just be rational? For the love of the gods, just hear me out.
My patience has been worn very thin by all this running around. Tell me the truth, or you can consider this a lost cause.
The Black Rose service is mine, and yes, it does provide outside employment for some of my female students who have trouble paying tuition. If you think you're doing them a service intervening, trust me, you're not. Rhodius lied. Their involvement is strictly voluntary.
Is that so?
Would I be able to operate my business otherwise? New Ashos is a city, but it's a small one. Everyone knows each other.
So you don't force them to work for you?
Gods, no. I'm telling you. Rhodius is trying to divert your attention from the severity of his crimes. I believe the girl he took advantage of is finally willing to talk. Will you speak with her?
That seems like a good idea.
Very well. But only if you promise to be gentle. She's a fragile bird, and one wrong word could set us back weeks. Remember, ultimately we want her to speak out against Rhodius.
Don't worry, I'll be gentle.
Then, in that case, it's Angie. Tell her I sent you. I implore you, be delicate with her. It begs saying twice.
And I swear he's been selling answers to the tests, too. How does he get them, I wonder indeed. I can't accuse anyone without proof, but I suspect he may be buying them from someone on the staff.